Right now, an 18-year-old girl honored as one of the best and brightest students in her area and her 16-year-old brother are preparing for the fight of their lives in order to try and stay in the United States. They're the children of the man who admitted to attacking demonstrators on Boulder's Pearl Street Mall last year.
In court testimony, an FBI agent agreed his family had no inkling of his plans. Still, the Trump administration wants to deport his ex-wife and 5 children, calling them a national security threat.
Tonight, for the first time ever, those 2 teenagers are sharing their story exclusively with your reporter, Alan Janae.
In a darkened room to conceal their identities at the request of their mother out of fears for their safety, they speak about a nightmare that began nearly a year ago.
He's making Molotov cocktails.
I wish that never happened. I wish that day never existed and never happened.
That day last June when their father, Mohammed Solomon, attacked peaceful marchers in Boulder, for which he has now pleaded guilty to state charges, including murder, for the death of Karen Diamond.
I've never seen this amount of hatred. I don't know who this person is. That is not my father, not at all. I wish Karen Diamond didn't have to go through what she went through, and also all the other victims. I can't imagine all the pain that they have been through.
The family had lived in a 2-bedroom apartment in Colorado Springs, arriving in 2022.
How do you wish to plead?
Guilty.
Their attorney says Mohammed Solomon handled the family's immigration paperwork and told them they had permission to be in the country because asylum applications had been filed before their visas expired. But the U.S. government maintains their visas are expired and says they should be deported. They were taken into custody and sent to the Family Detention Center in Dilley, Texas. It would lead to 10 months in custody for the 2, their mother, and their younger siblings, a 9-year-old and twins who turned 5 while locked up.
What did the 4-year-olds do? What did the 5-year-old who has spent almost a fifth of their life in detention? What did they do?
CBS video shows a neat and clean place, but that was 2018. This is what it looked like there.
What?
Wait.
Can I go back a little bit?
Things don't much look like this these days, say the teenagers.
School looks nothing like that at all.
School, they say, lasted about an hour a day.
The school they have is just giving kids a paper to work on and then not even checking on them or doing anything.
Core Civic Group, a contractor that operates the facility, says there are nearly 600 staff members dedicated to caring for families, and it is subject to rigorous oversight and meets or exceeds all federal standards.
I have seen worms in the food, hair, even a fingernail.
The teenagers disagree.
They just put an act just to make it seem like they're the most perfect place and like, what are you complaining about? But the reality is totally different.
Workers, they claim, were discouraged from being kind, including a staffer, they say, who wanted to high-five their 9-year-old sister the day a judge ordered them released.
And she asked him, can I? And then he was like, no. High-fiving at 9-year-olds. Like, what would that hurt you? Like, what would that do to you?
The family has supporters.
That is what we think true America is. The community, the love, the support, not what we saw in detention.
They helped the family after court said the government failed to prove they were a flight risk or dangerous and ordered their release. The supporters drove them from Texas to Colorado and again to a required check-in soon after their arrival.
That day was horrible.
That day, ICE took them back into custody.
They lie straight to our face, and they take us to a bunch of locked doors, and we end up in holding cells, like a room made for criminals, and it's just such a traumatizing sight. Like the kids, the 5-year-olds started crying, like, what are we doing here?
They were put on a plane at DIA and flown to Michigan, then took off again, headed east toward New Jersey, before an emergency order to turn the plane around came from the judge that had initially ordered the family's release.
There were 5 of them and a nurse, and they were treating us basically like animals, like we're not even humans.
When they landed, family members got down and prayed. Now they wait for the next steps, and they worry about what's next, traumatized by their treatment by the government of a country they had come to love, where they still hope they can one day become citizens.
But it all got blown away in seconds.
I'm Alan Janae, covering Colorado First.
Right now, the family is staying with supporters in Colorado Springs and required to check in with ICE frequently.
Several courts are looking at the government's attempt to deport the El Gamal family, including a Denver federal court, which has stopped deportation while considering whether they can be in custody. Our country has what's called the Flores Settlement, which sets minimum standards for the treatment of children in immigration custody and generally limits the time they can be detained to 20 days.
The Department of Homeland Security tells us for years the Flores consent decree has been a tool of the left that has antithetical to the law and wastes valuable U.S. taxpayer-funded resources. DHS has said repeatedly it will continue to fight for the removal of those who have no right to be in our country, especially what they called national security threats.